The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival has been characterized by the quality of its fringe events. This setting at Sir Arthur Lewis Community College offers one experience, and another at Marigot Bay offers a waterfront vista. But they all have one objective, offering a festive event celebrating quality arts and music, local and foreign. Today we are wrapping up our trip to Marigot with a visit to Jazz on the Bay. There is an interesting experiment that has been taking place there, and it involves the creative energies of youth and their entrepreneurial spirit. They come under the umbrella of Nation of Kings. We will explain that later. And we meet a man who tells Calabash community that he lives exclusively off the tourism industry and the bird feeders that he makes and sells. But before we get there, let us talk to the St. Lucia Tourist Board about the value of the fringe events during St. Lucia Jazz. We met Dahlia God as she experienced a bit of Sir Arthur Jazz.
We enjoy when various communities come up with their activities. The St. Lucia Tourist Board, we can't do everything, and we really appreciate when individuals come up with ideas, supporting the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. We have community events in Fordor, in Soufrière. You may have seen Soufrière's turnout yesterday, which was a huge success from all indications. So we really appreciate when the entire country is involved in jazz. What we try to do as well is balance your free shows as well as your paid shows. So St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival is pretty much that of St. Lucians, owned by St. Lucians, and we're happy when they could be exposed to it from small. I mean, Sir Arthur Lewis having jazz today. I'm hearing artists, you never know when you get emerging artists from little activities like that. Some of them featured today, may be featured probably next year on Jazz on the Square. We typically try to have a process where we cater for emerging acts who can better their talents and better their skill and make that progression to eventually main stage. So it can start from the school level and then we can continue with their progress and their talents.
Before we head down to Marigot, let us quickly chat with one of the students who performed at Sir Arthur Jazz. She is singer, songwriter and musician Melanie Noel.
And in and out of consciousness we flow. We're intertwining in the atmosphere. Our souls are blinded by the glow of light.
My name is Melanie Noel and I belong to the South CC Arts Club.
Melanie, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a poet and a singer and a musician, and I enjoy the arts.
What, first of all, attracted you to singing and poetry?
I think it was just a good way to express myself, especially in this sort of setting where there's so much focus on the academics. It's a good way to get out of that and express myself, and yeah.
So what does this mean today? This is the first time that you're having Sir Arthur Jazz. For you as a student and somebody who's also involved in music and poetry, what does this mean to you?
Well, it means a lot of things, I guess, to a lot of people because, like I said, it's so academic up here. It's a good platform, it's a good opportunity for the students to take a break, and relax just before the exams start, the heat of the exam season, and just express themselves.
Do the signs begin to show? See the eyes there in the dark as they glow.
Capella at Marigot Bay is the setting for Jazz on the Bay. It is a fairly recent addition to the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival, and for the second year running, they have been providing an outlet for a group of young artists who go by the name The Nation of Kings. But we will hear from them in their own words in a few minutes. Right now, let us chat with Eldon St. Remy, the head of the organizing committee for Jazz on the Bay at Capella Marigot.
To find my way back home. Where do I belong?
I'm Eldon Remy, the head of the organizing committee for Jazz on the Bay.
Jazz on the Bay 2014 is actually happening now. How's it going so far?
Man, let me tell you, it's amazing to see Jazz on the Bay unfold. You know, 2 years ago, February 2012, the whole objectives of Jazz on the Bay was to reposition the spotlight on Jazz on the Bay. Yeah, to show our visitors and the patrons what Jazz on the Bay is about, what Marigot Bay is about. Yeah, and it's amazing to see 2 days of jazz in Marigot Bay, the entire community of Jazz on the Bay. I mean, I gave the DJ Scotty a list of sponsors for Jazz on the Bay, and he was like, man, 150 sponsors for Jazz on the Bay. Can you imagine? So the entire community of Jazz on the Bay, Marigot Bay, is here to support Jazzman. This is really what Jazz on the Bay is about, providing opportunities, providing possibilities for the local vendors, the local boat boys, the art and craft people in Marigot Bay to showcase their craft and their talent. This is what basically Jazz on the Bay is all about.
It's a very interesting collaboration. We spoke to the guys from the Nation of Kings.
Yes.
Talk to us about that experiment. That's a very interesting experiment.
Yes, yes. Nation of Kings are a group of aspiring young artists. They include the band Blueprint. They also include the poetry, premium photography. They're a group of young individuals who've basically taken this event by storm. Yeah, some of us have actually seen the poetry, some of us have actually seen the drama, some have actually seen the theater tonight, right here in the courtyard, and they are absolutely amazing. We are pleased to have Nation of Kings, and this is basically what Jazz on the Bay is about. And to see that we have actually achieved that speaks volumes for the event. This is basically what we want to achieve. And we believe at Jazz on the Bay that we need to do more as it relates to showcasing our talent, showcasing our local talent, showcasing the youth, showcasing the art and craft for the local craft vendors and the boat boys and stuff like that. And with the arts element of jazz, yes, the Lucia Jazz Festival, we believe that it was ingenious. What else? It's a perfect way to showcase your local talent. You know, I mean, we have O'Neill, the guy who crafts the birds and stuff like that. We have Lisa, who does the local necklaces with all the local pieces and the shells on the beach and that kind of stuff. She's been walking the beach for a couple of days looking for shells, you know, to put her necklaces together to showcase for Jazz on the Bay. This is what Jazz on the Bay is all about. All the business houses in Marigot Bay have come together to present Jazz on the Bay to the public, its patrons, its visitors.
Barbara Kelly also performed at Marigot and took the time to comment on the value of Fringe events to musicians and the communities that are normally out of the mainstream. And this Jazz on the Bay here, which is where we are at Marigot at the moment, what do you think of having this event here as well?
I think it's fabulous. I think it draws all different types of people. The crowd looks good, the sound is excellent. I think it's great. I was really thrilled also last night to see the crowd and the stage at Soufriere. I think it was really important. I know it was really challenging for them, but when I turned my TV on and I saw the massive crowd, I mean, my heart was like, yeah, and things are becoming more decentralized. So yeah, and it should be, as it should be everywhere. You know, we need to have jazz and roll blow, wherever that is. I need to go find there, yeah.
By the way, Barbara Roblo is in Choiseul, and the community will be happy for a visit from the island's foremost female musicians. This is Calabash Community. We will be back shortly with the Nation of Kings.